we have the champ himself, the interim 135-pound champion, Jarod Kid Gatti Grant, is up next. Welcome to the show, my brother. What's up, dude?
What's up, guys? How you doing, man?
Look at this guy. How you're a week out from defending your belt. I would imagine game plan set. You're just shedding a few pounds, right? That's about it from this point forward.
Not really, just staying sharp. Still doing those sparring. I just got back. I just ran I think quick 4 miles, 4 or 5 miles. Just staying sharp, staying active. Keeping my body warmed up.
When they announced this fight, I think it came as a surprise to a lot of people because a lot of interim champions don't defend an interim belt. It's just it's a pretty rare thing that happens. What brought this fight about? And is it because Johnny Bedford is still hurt and he's just not available, or were you just sick of waiting for that?
I don't think Johnny Bedford's hurt. I think now he doesn't want to fight me, and he's trying to put other fighters in front of me. So he doesn't have. So he's hoping that I get beat. He was hoping that Reddick probably beat me. He's hoping that Reggie's gonna beat me. So he doesn't have to fight me. He knows I'm younger. He knows I'm stronger. I'm faster. He knows my skills are way better than him. So he doesn't want to go up against me. So he's trying to find out. I mean, let's be honest. He was supposed to fight me. I already fought 2 times before he even healed up. It's already been a year since he's fought. I mean, or longer. That right there. And nobody gets their eye socket broken in a sparring match. Right? I've been boxing for 7 years, and I sparred way better people, world champions, and going at it in intense sparrings, and I've never gotten a broken eye socket. So I don't believe that.
Has anybody told you that this interim will change to the actual championship if he does not?
Yeah, I think he gets stripped. I think he gets stripped after I defend it.
Okay. This is such an interesting thing because Bedford, he's been a great fighter for the BKFC for a long time, and he doesn't seem like the guy that would run away from a fight.
I didn't think so either until I
fought
him 2 times. I thought he was. I thought he was gonna fight me, but after I'm fighting my second time and it's not him, I mean something's kind of off right there.
Right. And the guy you're fighting is an OG. Man, he's one as tough as they come. The only 2 fights that he's lost are to Johnny Bedford. Reggie Barnett Jr. is no slouch. So not only are you taking a fight in between, still waiting on Johnny Bedford, you're taking on the toughest customer. You are fighting truly the next best guy. You know what I mean? That's a commendable thing for you to do, to take that too.
Yeah, but let me ask you guys. So everyone says that Reggie's going to be one of my toughest fight. Why am I not going to be Reggie's toughest fight?
Oh, nobody's not saying that.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's saying that. Nope.
Yeah.
I think what it is just Reggie's like an OG. So
of course,
fought so many times, and I think that people just respect the hell out of him. And he's been in some gritty bouts and fought.
Of course.
Some
really, he was there before me. He is the OG and stuff.
So what it is, when you ask me that question, Jarod, I actually say that as if I hold you above him right now. So he is the toughest opponent you could have got of the guys below you. So it's Johnny Bedford, then you, and then of everybody else, it's absolutely Reggie Barnett. But Reggie's been out for a year. You've been fucking dudes up for a year. You're 5-0. You're young, you're fresh, you're strong, you're sharper than ever. You got a great team, Slaughterhouse Boxing. You got the cheat code, coaching you. So in most people's eyes, you are the fucking guy right now. So we're saying of the competition, Reggie is probably the toughest guy you could find.
No, I definitely agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah. When you were studying and when Ryan's studying film on Reggie, do you guys are you guys impressed with some of his clinch work that he's kind of revolutionized in the bare knuckle game? He's not your traditional boxer. He has kind of taken his fight style and made it into something as far as bare knuckle goes. But you know, Ryan Perez is also a guy who's been studying this game and like turning you guys all into fucking murderers. So you guys watching film on him?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's just basic stuff. You got to watch watch your opponent, see what he does and stuff. And like I said, this was a new sport, or is still a new sport. And Reggie's coming up with his own things that works for him. But what works on other guys for him is not going to work on me, And I'll just say that me and Ryan studied him a lot, and Ryan got the game plan for him. And when Ryan got the game plan, it usually falls through.
Yeah. I mean, things are going good for you, him, your whole team. You guys got a fucking team, man. Like we talk about you guys a lot on this show because you guys basically have a an absolute killer in every weight class from 125 up, and now you're adding Joey Beltran and Britton Beltran to the mix there. Now you got a heavyweight and you got a female. It's like you guys got basically every weight class in the entire sport covered over there in Slaughterhouse. Very impressive what you guys are putting together.
Yeah, that's really thanks to Ryan. He started off with me. Nobody really knew who we were when we started. But, as me and him kept going, people were seeing and appreciating his coaching skills and his boxing knowledge. And that's why so many people are now, when they think of who can coach me, they think of Ryan, So that's really thanks to him for him building this team.
How old were you when you started training with him?
17 years old.
17. And what are you 24 now?
24, yeah.
24. So you got 7 years with him. Were you training boxing prior to 17?
Nope.
So you started fresh at 17.
I never boxed. I never trained or not. I was Ryan's first fighter. And I was Ryan's first fighter, and we met inside the Permanent Pines Pal gym. He was training his son, just doing a little training because he used to box back in the day as well. He was a really good amateur boxer. So he was just training his son. And then he saw me walking there. He saw me hitting the bag. He saw me knock out a guy I was sparring. And he took me under his wing, There's a lot more to it, but to make it simple, he saw the potential I had and he took me under his wing. He said, "Hey, do you want to fight in amateurs?" And we fought in amateurs, and it became fighting in state tournaments, national tournaments, and we finally, went professional.
And now here you are with the title.
Yeah, and he told me when I was 17 years old, he said, "I'll make you a world champion."
How does it feel? We saw you in Hollywood, right, at the last event.
Yeah.
And you're walking around with the title. You're expecting a baby, which is awesome, right?
Yeah.
You've got a good girl by your side. I believe your family was there too to watch the fights. Was your family there too?
My mother-in-law was there.
Okay, I thought so. So, how awesome and how does it feel to be in this position that you dreamed about only a short 7 years? I mean, it's not that long, and you dreamed about this, and here you are.
Man, it's an amazing feeling. When I first started, I could tell you I didn't think I would get this far. I did imagine it, but I never thought it would get to this point. I feel great about it. I do feel a lot of envy around me too. I do see a lot of fighters that are jealous of, and a lot of fake people that will try to congratulate me, but really they feel like it's their spot, and that if I'm trying to take it away from them, when really I'm just better than them, and I'm working more harder than them, and so I feel a lot of envy as well. So that I guess that comes with the title and being one of the best.
Instead of being envy of and being jealous of what you're doing, they should actually take note, because I want to I listened to your interview. This is, I don't know how long ago, this a couple weeks ago, or maybe with Yuli on the Don't Blink podcast. And you mentioned, like, you don't party, you don't smoke, you don't drink, you don't fuck around. This is your job. Yeah, this is your job. You're ultra focused. You want to be the best in the world. You want to get as many titles as you can, make as much money as you can, and then get out clean, and you can do all that shit later. And when you said that, I was like, man, not a lot of kids, I call you a kid because I'm 40 and you're 24.
Yeah. No worries, man.
Not a lot of kids your age have that mind state, and it's very impressive.
And if you want me to be honest, I'm more proud of that for myself. Like, the world title's nice and stuff, but man, when you see, especially I live in Miami, Hollywood, so you see a lot of partying going on, stuff, and like for me to say I'm not involved in that, and I'm truly not involved in the people that know me, like Ryan, can actually say like I don't drink, I don't smoke, nobody could peer pressure me into anything. All I do is I train, I work out, and I like having fun. Like I like doing regular stuff, like going to the movies or just regular recreational stuff. But I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't party, I don't do nothing that harms, because at the end of the day, if I really want to do that later on, I could do it later, but after I accomplish what I want to accomplish,
It truly is hard to do. Lots of people get sucked into that life, and
and
some people get out of it.
Yeah, and I lived a life, like my childhood. I lived with my parents drinking and smoking and doing drugs and all this stuff. Like I lived a very rough life, and you would think like other kids would just follow that path of their parents or the people around them, but I chose really a different way, and that's also thanks to Ryan too, because he kind of guided me. He made me the person I am today. But yeah, it's not as long as you have somebody like Ryan kind of like kept me straight, but now that I'm a grown man, that's already instilled in me. I don't have to like look for that guidance no more. I know what to do, so
he's right there in the comments. He says you were programmed by the cheat code to not be a waste of talent.
Yeah,
right
that's one thing. Yeah, that's one thing he told me, not to be a waste of talent, and ever since then something clicked in my head, and I was like, man, I can't,
I sense that like really good tough love from him. You know what I mean? Like he gives you it straight, and that's it.
Oh yeah, no, he doesn't sugarcoat shit. Like he literally tells me how it is. Like he will tell me how it is. Like he's really really tough, but he gives me my props as well. He's not so much tough on me no more, because he doesn't have a reason to be. I do everything he's taught me. I do it on my own. Like he doesn't have to call me and ask me if I'm working out, if I'm running, if I'm making weight, if I'm doing this. I'm a grown man now. Like I do everything. I know what to do. I know what he expects of me. And I think as fighters, you're not, so that's a disrespect. That's disrespect to your coach if you're not doing the things that he expects of you, right? Because he's putting in time for you. Ryan's up in the morning training me. So if I'm sitting there just bullshitting around, I'm disrespecting him,
And
so
and another thing that like he has to love you as like his pupil, because he, like you said, he doesn't have to worry about you, but you are also like creating.
No, he's like my dad. No,
he's like your dad. And now he's watching you. He's watching you. You're about to have a baby, like we talked about. But you're an entrepreneur. You're breeding bullies. You said on the other podcast,
I got the
real estate license. Like you're about building a good future for your child, and that's a great thing.
Like I said, going back, I didn't have a good childhood at all. Like Ryan knows it. So now that motivated me to give my kid like everything I had, and still give myself stuff that I didn't get to have. So I see like this opportunity with bare knuckle, the way I'm getting paid, and how like the potential for it is limitless. So I'm not gonna sit there and waste it by fucking drinking, partying, smoking, and fucking tearing my body down. So, and that's the advantage I have over all these other fighters that they don't understand. Like I'm not doing, like I see a lot of these fighters, like after they go fight, they'll go drink, they'll go party, and which there's nothing wrong with that. They're living life. To them, that's living life. But for me, that I'm just different. I don't like doing that. So I think that's hurting my body more than anything, and that's why I always have the advantage over a lot of these fighters. Because they already been programmed to go drink, party, do all, and they fall into peer pressure with the people they hang around. I don't have friends, and not because I can't, because I get invited to parties, I get invited to yacht parties and all these things, from people that want to hang around me. I just choose not to do it because I know what comes with all that, and I'm not going to put myself around it as of right now,
When you were a teen, were you hanging around? Like, were your friends smoking weed?
Oh yeah, and like, I was doing, man, when I was like 15, 16, man, I was always getting into shit, like trouble and stuff like that. I was always hanging around bad people. Man, I was doing a lot of bad shit that I can't even say on the podcast right now. So,
yeah, so we understand.
But that's not. But that's because just the my dad that I was around and stuff. Like he was he went to prison a couple of times, and he didn't really teach us the right way that much. You know, and I guess we took off of that. You know, we were young. I was 15, 16 years old. I thought that was, you know, the way to go. But then as I got older and, you know, I met Ryan. Ryan kind of taught me how to, you know, do the right thing and right things. And now that I'm grown, it's just instilled in me. Like, I know what's the right thing to do. I know what I have to do. And, you know, that's why I made it this far.
I gotta tell
Awesome.
you, man, I'm even more impressed by you now than before. Like, we were impressed by you know, you in the ring before. And the first time we talked to you, you were very quiet. You weren't too talkative. And
Yeah.
Ryan actually told us the first time we talked to you, he was like, "Hey, you want to interview my fighter, Jarod Grant? He's kind of an asshole and he doesn't talk much."
Yeah.
And I was like,
No,
"Oh,
but you
that
guys are
sounds
cool. But you guys are cool now. You know, I'm cool with you guys now. It's all good.
yeah." I was like, "Man, I'm really excited to talk to that guy then." That's what I said to him. Oh yeah, he's an asshole and he doesn't talk much. Yeah, sure, let us talk to him. That sounds great. But
Yeah, man.
no, you really opened up. You've developed, and what you're saying tonight should I can't imagine people not just being more of a fan of you because you're a role model to all these other fighters. With that said, it sounds like Ryan's, you know, father figure in a lot of these guys in that gym. Besides yourself, who's the next champion coming out of the slaughterhouse?
Howard Davis. He's, you know, he's what is he, 4-0 now, or 4-0
Howard.
high, and he just fought Jimmy Rivera, which is
Yep.
like one of the top. Like, he just fought a vet, and he went all 5 rounds with him. Why wouldn't
Yep.
he be champion? You know, and
Right.
he fought with a messed up hand. So if he was doing that with a messed up hand, I mean, can you imagine when he's 100%? You know, to me, he's the next champion. And there's so much more people in my camp that's going to be champions. But as of right now, you know, his record's up there next to mine, and he's in next in line for a title shot.
That is that's the easy answer. I
Yeah.
completely forgot it because you know who was sticking in my head was Gogo. Like Gogo.
Oh, Gogo, yeah, Gogo's a
He's
killer.
impressed. He's impressed
Yeah,
the shit out of me.
no, yeah, he's gonna be another one. But as of right now, I mean, Howard's up there next to me, so it just makes sense that he would be the next one to get a title shot.
You know, the next guest on the show tonight, I believe, is training with you guys now too, right? Is Jomi over there? Is
Yeah,
Jomi?
yeah,
Is he?
Jomi's training with us.
Is he part of the team now, or is this
Yeah,
at
he's
one?
part of the team. He's part of the
Oh
team.
man, Jesus, you guys are putting together the Avengers over there. What the fuck?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah,
That's,
it's
that's
pretty
absolutely.
impressive. It is. It's exciting, is what it is. It's like a straight up bare knuckle gym through and through. It's fantastic. Like,
Yeah.
I love it because the sport's growing, and we say it all the time on the show. Like, how many people, like, they don't realize, like, you're watching history. You're watching the people who are molding this sport into what it's going to be in the future. You know, we watch UFC today, and you see Stylebender on there, and John Jones has passed through,
Yeah.
and you know, you see all these great fighters come through. But there's all the fighters that came before them that they emulate, and they also use to change things to become that perfect fighter. And we're seeing the people now that everyone's going to talk about and emulate in the future, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really
Yeah,
something,
bare
man.
knuckle is its own lane right now.
It's fucking awesome, man. This fight with Reggie Barnett, do you see it going the distance? Do you see how do you see it playing
So
out?
I'll tell you guys one thing about me. I don't put the pressure on myself of saying, oh, and this is something I learned in amateurs about myself. And that's why it's so important to fight in the amateurs, because you learn a lot of things about yourself. I don't put the pressure of saying I'm going to knock him out in the first round, second round, third round. I just let it happen. Whatever happens, happens. I mean, I have an 80% KO ratio right now. So, you know, most of my fights don't go to distance. Reddick was the only lucky one that, you know, went 5 rounds with me. So, you know, whatever happens in it, clearly, I'm not planning on it going 5 rounds. But if that's what happens, that's what happens. But I could guarantee you it's going to be a hell of a fight.
Awesome.
Man, I'm excited about this one for sure. Mike, do you want to do a couple
Yeah,
speed
let's
round
do it.
questions with
Let's
this
do it.
guy, and then we'll get him
Yeah.
out of here?
Yeah,
Here
let's
we
do
go.
it.
Let's ask you some off the wall ones here. Other than fighting or boxing, what is something that you're really good at?
I'm really good at basketball for my
Ooh.
height. Yeah, me and my brothers always played basketball since we were little. That was like one of our first sports.
There you go.
Love
Yeah,
that.
Goddamn Allen Iverson over there.
I used to play on the AAU team. I used to play on my school team. So I'm pretty decent at it.
There you go. Number 2.
Best gangster movie of all time.
Fuck. Guys, cut me off. Oh, Law-Abiding Citizens.
Law-Abiding Citizen. All right. That's is that Russell Crowe? And yeah, that's a fucking.
It's got a
little
twist.
I like that. All right, number 3. Most annoying question people always ask you.
Does bare knuckle hurt?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Feels good.
All right, this next question's geared towards you. About to be a dad.
Favorite Disney movie? Because you're gonna be watching a lot of that.
Fuck. I don't. I can't remember, guys. I'm sorry.
I bet you. We ask you this in a year, you're gonna have one, or even in 2 years. Oh my God, forget it.
You'll be like Finding Nemo,
Toy Story.
Monsters Inc.
Oh yeah, Finding Nemo was a good one. Yeah.
And last question for you: what is something you always wanted to do but have never done?
Skydiving.
Why?
But probably won't do it because that's some white people shit right there.
I'm not doing that shit. Hell
yeah.
I'm a fucking white boy and I'm not jumping on any plane.
Yeah, exactly. I'm good. I'm good off that.
All right, man. Well, July 23rd main event. He's going to defend his interim title against Reggie Barnett Jr. in a banger of a main event. Thank you for coming on tonight. You have any final words before we let you go?
Just thank you to all my sponsors that are getting me ready for this fight. Thank you to my coach, Ryan Perez, that's watching right now. Thank you to Nelson, my manager. And just thank you for everyone that's supporting me. And thank you guys for having me on.
Thank you.
Always, man. You're always welcome on here. Thank you, Jarod. We'll see you down in Tampa.
Sounds good, man. See you guys.
All right.
Later.